Operation Hotfoot, America's secret mission in Laos, 1959 to 1962. The year is 1959. Deep in the unforgiving jungles of Southeast Asia, a covert operation is underway. The United States has sent its best, men who must remain invisible, their mission unknown to the world. Their goal? To stop a communist takeover and evacuate key Laotian personnel before time runs out. This is Operation Hotfoot, an intense battle of survival, secrecy, and Cold War strategy. The Cold War was no longer just a political game. It was turning into a battlefield. With Soviet and Chinese backing, the communist Pathet Lao were gaining strength, and the fragile Laotian monarchy was on the brink of collapse. The U.S. couldn't afford another loss in Southeast Asia. If Laos fell, the entire region could tumble like dominoes. President Eisenhower had one option left: send help, but keep it in the shadows. Under the cover of civilian aid workers, elite U.S. military advisors arrived in Laos. Their orders? Train the Royal Lao Army, gather intelligence, and prepare for high-risk extractions. They moved through the jungles in silence, their actions unseen but vital. Every lesson in combat tactics, every strategy shared, helped shape the fight against the communist insurgency. But soon, training would not be enough. Evacuations had to begin. Tensions escalated as the Pathet Lao intensified their attacks. Remote outposts fell under siege, supply lines were cut off, and American advisors had to make impossible decisions. Who would be saved? Who will be left behind? Time was running out. With communist forces closing in, Operation Hotfoot shifted into full-scale extractions. Helicopters thundered through the night, weaving through enemy fire, their rotors slicing through the thick jungle air. Each mission carried life-or-death stakes. One wrong move, one missed signal, and the evacuees would never make it out alive. Imagine the scene. A small Laotian village, surrounded by enemy troops. American advisors send a desperate radio signal, code words only a handful of people understand. Within minutes, the distant sound of chopper blades cuts through the night. The villagers scramble, fear in their eyes as explosions light up the horizon. U.S. pilots push their machines to the limit, dodging tracer rounds as they descend into the chaos. Soldiers pull civilians onto the aircraft. Women, children, government officials, all desperate to escape. And just as quickly as they arrive, they lift off, vanishing into the night. Another mission complete, but how long could they keep it up? As these covert operations unfolded, the political landscape was shifting. The world was beginning to notice what was happening in Laos. The Geneva Accords of 1962 forced the U.S. to withdraw, declaring Laos a neutral zone. But was it truly over? Intelligence agencies knew better. The seeds of war had already been planted, and soon, Laos would become a key battleground in the Vietnam War. Covert missions would continue under different names, with different tactics, but the stakes would only grow higher. But what about the soldiers on the ground? The pilots, the advisors, the intelligence officers working in shadows? Many of them returned home with no recognition. No medals, no parades, only the memories of war fought in silence. Some never made it back at all. Their sacrifices were buried under layers of classified documents. Their heroism known only to a select few. Operation Hotfoot was just the beginning. It showed how war could be fought in the shadows, where battles were won not just with bullets, but with secrecy, strategy, and sacrifice. The soldiers and operatives who risked their lives would never receive public recognition. Their missions were classified, their victories unrecorded. But history remembers those who shape it, even if their names are lost in the classified files of time. The impact of Operation Hotfoot did not end in 1962. It set the stage for future American involvement in Laos, leading directly to the CIA-led secret war that would last well into the 1970s. Thousands of airstrikes, covert operations, and intelligence missions followed, as the U.S. tried to stop the spread of communism at any cost. The scars of these battles still remain in Laos today. Unexploded ordnance litters the countryside, and the memories of war linger in the minds of those who survived it. So, was this the right strategy? Should the U.S. have done more to prevent communist expansion in Laos? Or did secrecy doom the mission from start? The answers may never be clear, but one thing is certain. Operation Hotfoot remains one of the most daring and least known missions of the Cold War. If you love uncovering hidden war stories, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss a secret mission. Sokran.